Picture this. It's 7 a.m. You step off of your packed bus and onto the pavement. The Florida air is already thick with humidity. You hear strollers wheeling along the concrete and see a crowd of Mickey ear hats. You follow them along the sidewalk towards a green sign that reads, Disney's Animal Kingdom. You may notice upon entering the park that the ticket booths have 3 different animals on them. One has an elephant, one has a dragon, and one has a dinosaur. These represent the 3 pillars that make up Animal Kingdom. The animals of yesterday, the animals of today, and the animals that never were. Much like all of the other Disney theme parks, Disney's Animal Kingdom is divided up into different sections or lands. The entrance front part of the park is called the Oasis, and the theme is supposed to be very calm and serene, letting you know that you are exiting the hustle and bustle of Orlando and about to start your next adventure. The center of the park is Discovery Island. This is where the park's icon, the Tree of Life, is. You'll also find a lot of restaurants and gift shops here. Starting to the left of the park, you have Pandora, or Avatar Land. This is based off of James Cameron's Avatar, not the Airbender one, the blue people kind. Pandora is themed after the planet in the movie, and it's basically like this outer space alien planet with all these cool different flora and fauna that you've never seen before. Very otherworldly, very fantastical, very fictional, but still incredibly cool. Next to that, you have the Africa Land. And of course, Africa is themed after Africa. Here you have the park's signature attraction, which is Kilimanjaro Safaris. You can board a safari truck and see the elephants and the giraffes and the lions and the gorillas and the cheetahs and the meerkats. So many different cool animals here. Next to Africa, you have Asia, which is themed after Asia, specifically the Tibet region and the Himalayas. Here you have rides like Mount Everest, and you can find animals like tigers and bats and birds and monkeys. And then next to Asia is Dinoland, and this is themed after a paleontology dig site where students and researchers are trying to learn more about the animals that once roamed the earth. So as we go through each of these lands, you'll notice that the theme of Animal Kingdom, the animals of yesterday, the animals of today, and the animals that never were, they're all perfectly represented in the park. The animals of fantasy are represented in Pandora with the banshees. The animals of today are represented in Africa and Asia with the elephants and the giraffes and the tigers. And then the animals of yesterday are represented in Dinoland. But our adventure ends here in Dinoland because at this year's D23 convention, Walt Disney World Resort announced that Dinoland would be going extinct. So by destroying Dinoland, Disney is taking a sledgehammer to the very foundation of the park. Now, this had been rumored for a while, but the optimist in me has always hoped that this wouldn't actually happen. Unfortunately, it looks like it's actually happening for real. And I know that nothing that I say is going to be able to stop it. This is something that is completely out of my control. That doesn't mean that I am happy about it. I just want to put this out there just to see, I guess, if anybody else has the same opinion as me, because, you know, the internet is always the best place to go to for personal validation. And maybe some of you are confused as to why I'm so worked up about this, because I am worked up about this, but we're gonna get into that in the video. You see, Dinoland is actually incredibly important to Disney's Animal Kingdom, or DAC for short. There is no DAC without Dinoland. And a lot of people are excited about the new replacements coming to Animal Kingdom because they're like, there's a chicken in Moana. A chicken's an animal. Let's put that in the park. That fits. when in reality, that is not the theming of Disney's Animal Kingdom. You may be surprised to discover that the main theme of Animal Kingdom is not just animals, but conservation of those animals. Animal Kingdom is about appreciating different cultures and creatures. It is about learning to live alongside in peace with every living being on planet Earth. Let's take a look at the dedication plaque for Disney's Animal Kingdom. It reads, "Welcome to a kingdom of animals, real, ancient, and imagined. A kingdom ruled by lions, dinosaurs, and dragons. A kingdom of balance, harmony, and survival. A kingdom we enter to share in the wonder, gaze at the beauty, thrill at the drama, and learn." So the park is not simply about animals. It is about harmony, it's about balance, it's about learning and discovery. Now I know that the next question that is going to be on most people's minds right now is, well, how does the rest of the park fall under the theme of conservation? In case any viewers of this video right now have that same question, we're going to cover all of our bases and go over some of the attractions in the park and how they do fit into the theme of conservation. Expedition Everest. This is a roller coaster ride themed after Mount Everest and the Yeti. You see, many people think that the Yeti is supposed to be some sort of monster who scares away people from Mount Everest, but that's not really true. Instead, the Yeti is the guardian of the mountain. She protects the mountain wildlife. This aligns with the real-life culture. According to Tibetan Buddhism, the Yeti protects the locals against evil spirits. The Yeti is the conservationist of Mount Everest. Kali River Rapids tells the story of what happens when deforestation gets greedy. At the beginning of the ride, you ride through a tropical jungle and hear animals all around you, but soon you hear chainsaws and see the jungle being destroyed. It's tough to be a bug. RIP. Taught guests that bugs are important to the ecosystem and shouldn't be excessively killed. It sounds as if the replacement Zootopia attraction will also encourage the preservation of each of the Earth's unique ecosystems. And the park literally has the conservation station at Rafiki's Planet Watch, and then there's Pandora. Now, Pandora may be a little bit more subtle in their theming of conservation. It is still present all throughout Avatar Land. Instead of colonizing the planet and destroying its natural resources, humans are learning to live in harmony with the Na'vi aliens and all of the planet's life forms. Both major attractions, Flight of Passage and River Journey in the land, are about learning about the environment of the planet. If the guests can learn to respect an alien fantasy planet, then maybe they'll learn to respect their own real-life planet too. So, how does Dinoland fit in with the rest of the park? Dinoland is themed after a paleontology dig site where students are making discoveries about these creatures all of the time. Animals going extinct is unfortunately not exclusive to the Cretaceous era. Dinoland is what will happen to the animals of Africa and Asia and all over the globe if we do not take care of them. That's the message of the park. It's saying to kids, oh, hey, look at that elephant over there. Isn't that cool? Don't you like the elephant? Hey, look at that tiger. That's so cool. Do you like the monkeys? You like the birds? Yeah, me too. Oh, look at the dinosaurs. They're all dead. And that's what's going to happen to all of the elephants and the tigers and the monkeys if you don't take care of them. They're going to end up dead just like the dinosaurs. Dinoland is a warning, a lesson. Dinoland is why conservation is important. If you lose Dinoland, you lose a key aspect of the message of Animal Kingdom. Plus, dinosaurs are fucking awesome. I'm really not trying to be all old man yells at cloud over here about this, because there is a sector of hardcore Disney Parks fans where any new announcement they're gonna throw a fit over. I'm generally not one of those people. I was all for Splash Mountain Tiana's version. I was all for Pandora. In fact, I felt like I was one of the only people who was really excited about Pandora coming to Animal Kingdom. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so cool. And then I looked online and everyone was just like, this is lame. Why is this happening? And then the land opened and everyone was so wowed by it. And they're like, this is so cool. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I told you guys. I was all for Frozen taking over Norway. Like, there's so many changes and new things that have happened to the park that I have supported and have been so excited about. But it's felt like in the last couple of years, every single announcement for Walt Disney World has just been another slit to the throat. The axing of the Magical Express. Taking a previously free service for all guests and charging hundreds of dollars a day for it? Come on, guys. That's, it's so bad. That's so bad. And don't even get me started on Rivers of America being replaced with Cars Land of all things. Like, okay, Cars doesn't even fucking fit at Walt Disney World. Cars Land is about Route 66 in California, which is why it should belong in the California park, not in the Florida park. And if Cars Land is going to go anywhere, it probably should be in Hollywood Studios because that's the California themed park. If it's going to go in the Magic Kingdom, if you insist on that, then why isn't it replacing Autopia, the Tomorrowland Speedway? Like, hello? Are you fucking dumb? Oh my god, why is it replacing Rivers of America? Ooh, girl. And Dinoland is just one of those announcements, one of those changes that makes me so mad because I do not see it as an improvement to the park. I see it as complete disrespect to what the park is supposed to be about. Now, I'm not one to criticize something new just because it's new. Walt himself did say that he always wanted the parks to grow and progress. Disney's Animal Kingdom did phenomenal things with Pandora Land, and now it's time to keep moving forward. And Animal Kingdom does desperately need more attractions after several offerings closed for good within the past 4 years. R.I.P. Rivers of Light. I actually liked you. I'm not against adding anything new to Animal Kingdom. I'm against taking away what makes the park special. I'm against completely ruining what the park is all about. The magic in Animal Kingdom is in its reality. Animal Kingdom is the only Disney park that contributes to the world outside of just Disney. So I'm not completely against progress, and I'm also not completely against realism either. Dinoland is obviously integral to the park, but half of it needs a major overhaul. You see, Dinoland is split up into 2 different sections. There's the Dino Institute. This section is themed after the paleontology dig site. This is where all of the learning and the research and the discovery happens. This includes the Boneyard Playground, which is a little place where kids can kind of like run around and jump on things and climb on things and burn off all their energy, which I know a lot of parents loved. There's the crocodile exhibit, so there is an actual real-life animal in the park, in that part of the park. There's Restaurantsaurus, there's the Cretaceous Trail that holds character meet and greets, and the land's signature ride, Dinosaur. Kids love climbing around the boneyard. Thrill seekers love Dinosaur. Disney nerds love looking around Restaurantosaurus for Easter eggs. No one has any problem with this half of Dinoland. The other half is Dinorama. This section is themed after a hokey 50s roadside attraction. There are pay-to-play carnival games, merchandise stands, and a kitschy gift shop. This section is what kills the vibe for most guests. They can get this at any county fair across the nation. When you go to Disney, you want to be wowed. This part of the land, Dinorama, is what people are specifically referring to when they say they don't like Dinoland. Now, there is a very obvious solution here. Keep the Dino Institute part of Dinoland and retheme the Dinorama part. This way, Disney can still keep true to Animal Kingdom's theme while continuously improving. And once the new land opens with new attractions and crowd draws, they can go in and close the dinosaur ride for an extended refurbishment. This feels so obvious that you'd have to be fucking stupid to not do it.
Hello? Are you fucking stupid?
Now, I know that Disney has a very solid reason for doing what they're doing, and that reason is money. However, I still disagree with that choice. I think it's fucking stupid. I think it's dumb. I think this is one of the worst things to happen to anybody anywhere.
This is the worst thing that has happened to anybody ever!
I don't understand how more people, especially Disney park stands, aren't infuriated about this. Dinoland needs to be saved from extinction, at least in some way. Dinoland is about conservation, exploration, and education. It is key to upholding the park's cohesive story. There is no Disney's Animal Kingdom without the dinosaurs.